Are we not men? We are Devo. Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Thanks for all your views, likes, subs, comments, all that kind of stuff. And today we're going to be talking about musically one of my favorite bands and visually, conceptually, my favorite band, Devo. Of course, for all you spuds out there, you may own all this stuff and then some. But for the casual viewer or casual listener rather of Devo, you might know them from Whip It, a few other songs. What a shame, what a shame. They are so much more than Whip It, which is what a lot of people know. Some people even consider them a one-hit wonder band, which is so far-fetched. Whip It is a great song. It's probably in their top 20 songs, but they have an excellent catalog full of great music, and like I said, visually also amazing band. Let's get into my Devo collection. Of course, we have a, we'll start with action figures. We have a Mark action figure from Reaction. A lot of these action figures came out, this one's 2023. A lot of these came out recently because there wasn't really a lot of action figures of them way back in the day. This is Gerald Casale. Another one, 2023, from it's Reaction. These little figures, from sometimes Super 7, sometimes Reaction, they're pretty cool. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but I think the Reaction did a great job, as Bob too, with these figures here. Like I said, I have the Energy Dome. It's red. I've seen the blue ones as well, but I like the red one here. Also have a bobblehead of Bob 2. Keep that right there. And Funko Pops as well. So, yeah, lots of neat stuff from them. I have a picture of me and Mark. Met him on the Hardcore Devo tour. After the show, they did kind of a meet and greet with the people that purchased the VI package. And in that, I had Bob 1, Jerry, and Mark sign my beautiful World 7-inch cover. Good times. He actually, Mark poked a hole in the nose and was going like that with it. I think you can see that in the picture. So yeah, it was a fun time meeting them. The first time I saw them, and you know, I, like a lot of people, first saw them on MTV with Whip It and Can't Get No Satisfaction. I think I was more drawn into their cover of Rolling Stone's Can't Get No Satisfaction in that video. And always in my mind, like, hey, this is a really, really weird band. And great time all the time listening to their music. And then as a kid, purchasing the LPs that we'll get to. But anyway, this is the first time I saw them. Throughout the late 80s, 90s, whenever they came to the Chicago area, I either had plans or was out of town, out of state, and just never could see them. So finally in 2009, I saw them at the Vic Theater and they played the whole first album here, and what a night that was. I did bring my wife and she did not have too much fun. I have a few more posters, but this is one I'll show you. This is from the Hardcore Devo show. Pretty cool. I saw them here in St. Charles at the Arcade Theater. And also behind me some more action figures. This is a 5 band member set. Oh, I love this one. Picked this up right when it came out. Yeah, they're a little bit hard to find now. I also have a ticket stub I found from 2012 when they played with Blondie. I believe also at the Vic Theater here in Chicago. Chicago Theater, rather. 2012, September 26th. It was a good time. Blondie and Devo. I've seen them live only about 6 times. Last time I saw them was at Riot Fest a few years back here in Chicago, and they performed great. It was great. It was one of, I think, the last tour they did with Josh Freese. Drummer Josh Freese, of course, now is in Foo Fighters. And just a few more things before we get into the music. This is Freedom of Choice. This is a 33 1/3. These books are great. They're little books that go highly into depth about an album. So each book is about its own album. This is about Freedom of Choice from Devo, obviously their big hit album. Great book. Highly recommend that. This is from their singer, Mark Mothersbaugh, Myopia. Great book. A lot of his artwork and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's too much. If you go into the individual people and start to branch off, there's just too much. For instance, Mark does a lot of the song, you know, for Rugrats and stuff. He's got the Lego Movie, got that soundtrack. So yeah, but we're talking about musically. They have 9 studio albums, formed around 73. Formed, oddly, sadly enough, rather, after the Kent State shooting. This is the Kent State soundtrack. If you're familiar with American history, of course, Kent State, 1970, some students were shot by the National Guard when they were protesting. Big, crazy times around that whole late 60s, early 70s in American history. And Gerald lost 2 friends in the shooting, so a big idea of the whole de-evolution of mankind started to form in his mind. Like I said, the band formed in 1973, and they put out 9 studio albums proper. DVD, A Musical War. This features Devo in it, amongst a lot of other bands like The Police, Elvis Costello. Just a great movie about all the bands from that era. This is Devo live from 1980. Classic setlist, classic Devo. You want to check that out. This is Hardcore Devo Live. Like I said, more recent tour. I was lucky enough to go front row for this tour in St. Charles, Illinois here. Great, where they played all the really old stuff. Let's get to some CDs. I have their greatest hits. I don't have a lot of their CDs. I have Devo Live, Mongoloid Years. I have Shout. These original CDs are hard to come by. So if you see any for new traditionalists or oh no, it's Devo or Shout, yeah, they're hard to come by for some reason. A lot of bootlegs of them. And this is probably out of CDs what's worth the most. This is a 2 set of the first album, Are We Not Men, and the second album, Freedom of Choice. Really great packaging on this. It's got really good stuff in here. It's got 4 CDs if I'm not mistaken. It's got a 7-inch in there as well. So yeah, this is good stuff here. If you look it up on Discogs, which could be hit or miss, or eBay and stuff like that, it's worth a little over $70 now. I think I paid maybe 20 something for it when it came out. But yeah, it's one of the few CD type things that have increased in value, because we all know CDs, no one really wants CDs anymore. Now, let's get to vinyl. Now this first one I'm going to show you is not a Devo album. It was produced by Mark. It's from the punk band Clawhammer. They, on a 2-track tape in 1990, played the whole first Devo album, Are We Not Men. So if you ever see this, it's by Clawhammer. I do have other Clawhammer stuff, and I don't like it as much as their revisioning of the first album from Devo, but yeah, it's an amazing album. Amazing stuff. I have some few soundtrack appearances that they have. Of course, Heavy Metal, the movie. Fell in love with them. Cheap Trick, one of my other favorite bands, is on this. So yeah, great soundtrack. Features 2 songs from Devo. Dr. Detroit, they do the title song here. Cheesy movie, not that great of a movie. And Fright Night, they have a Let's Talk is on this one. That's Good. Working in a Coal Mine. There's nothing, these are a lot of the plain ones. Whip It, of course, the big song. Turn Around. These are all just labeled. There's really no artwork with them. Through Being Cool. The Day My Baby Gave Me a Surprise. Smart Patrol. 4 songs in this one. Gates of Steel, with Gates of Steel on the other side. Working in a Coal Mine. This is from Heavy Metal soundtrack. This one's signed by Josh, Mark, and Bob 1. So it's fun to get that signed by them. Gerald 2. Beautiful World, Can't Get No Satisfaction, Secret Agent Man, to cover Secret Agent Man, great stuff. Be Stiff, early 7-inch. We're getting to the early stuff now. Turnaround with Girl You Want. Freedom of Choice. Secret Agent Man with the cover. Whip It. Love their artwork, so creative at all times. Are You Experienced? Their excellent cover of a Jimi Hendrix song, with Growing Pains on the flip side there. The Day My Baby Gave Me a Surprise, creepy artwork there. Come Back Johnny. I Can't Get Me No Satisfaction with Sloppy. Another version of that, another color variant, you might say. Mechanical Man, an early pressing of that. I believe the colors indicate how early. I don't think this is the first pressing, but early pressing of Mechanic Man. And last but not least, I purchased this at the Record Swap in Champaign, Illinois on September 16th, 1996. So I was more or less probably on the road with the band. For $12, I got this De-Evolution by Devo. Early 7-inch of theirs. I love it. One other 7-inch I have of theirs. This is the most recent one I have of theirs. And I own the Discogs app. They're saying it's worth also about $75. This came out in 2020. This is from their convention they have. It's got Freedom of Choice, A Girl You Want Live. They have conventions every year in Ohio. I've yet to go to any. I know, I love the band, but I've yet to go to any. Let's get to some more vinyl. Let's work our way backwards in true De-Evolution form. Gerald Casale, Invisible Man. We're gonna have a big stack here. Gerald Casale, another record from him. Of course, let's get into Devo proper. Another Gerald Casale. It's all Devo. Mark Mothersbaugh got his record there. Alright, here we go. This is Total Devo. Not their best, but not horrible by any means. I mean, a lot of great bands. Zeppelin, Queen, Cheap Trick, Devo. You have a big catalog. You have near perfect, excellent songs. And then you have some songs that aren't so good. Just because you're putting out so much stuff, you're not going to be able to bat a grand slam every time. I forgive them for the songs that aren't as good because they have perfect songs. This one's got Baby Doll. That's the big one off of this one. Total Devo. This is the Disco Dancer single. Smooth Noodle Maps. Actually switched them. Total Devo came out in '88. Smooth Noodle Naps when it came out in 1990. I bought the cassette. I've since traded the cassette or lost the cassette, but that's Smooth Noodle Man. Postmodern Man, 12-inch there from them in that era. Sorry, boys. Now It Can Be Told, Devo at the Palace, live show from '88. Got that on vinyl. I think my first live recording them pretty much on vinyl. This is early demos of theirs. Function DNA by Devo. Got a lot of good stuff on that one. Butch Devo and the Sundance Gig. This is also had a DVD. This is from Record Store 2014. Devo live in Oakland. Hardcore Devo from that era. That tour, great tour. They explained the songs and how they were coming up with early stuff. Good job on that one. Somewhere with Devo. This is Live at the Palace again from 1988. A remix of that. Their latest album, Something for Everyone. It's got some good songs in it. A lot of people are like, what? They're putting on a new album, this and that, and are they still that great? But yeah, it's a good album. I think live they play Don't Shoot, I'm a Man. They might play a few others from this, but yeah. See them live, it's like hit after hit after hit, and you realize there's so much more than just whip it. This is the fresh 12-inch. Devo Here to Go from Shout. This is all kind of out of order. I grabbed it really fast, so sorry. 12-inch from Shout era again with Baby Doll. A promo theme from Dr. Detroit. Promos are kind of boring artistically. Theme from the soundtrack, Dr. Detroit. Oh no, it's Devo. Oh, That's Good. Speed Racer, big mess on this one. Picture disc of That's Good. I have a picture disc of Beautiful World. It's the Spaceman helmet, but I can't find it for the life of me. But Jerk It Back and Forth, Going Under and Through Being Cool promo. Starting to get stacked up here. Devo live in '80 on blue vinyl, limited edition of 4,500. What a year that was. What a set list they have there. 1980 show. New Traditionalist. I do have the poster inside. I used to frame the poster and have it hanging, but since then unframed it and put it right back in the album. New Traditionalist. Great album through, being cool, jerking back and forth. Of course, one of my favorite songs there is Beautiful World is on that one. This is Oh No, It's Devo. It's kind of crappy plastic. We'll take it out of that. Picture disc. This is another record store day re-release. I don't know, 2012? I forget what year that was. It came out. Oh No, It's Devo, the original version. Are You Experience, 12-inch version. Peekaboo, a creepy, crazy artwork on a 12-inch single there. Everyone, you'll see this at a used record store almost as much as you see the Cheap Trick Found All the Parts 10-inch. This is always around, it seems. If you see it, pick it up. It's great performance. It's live performance. I think it's 5 songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 songs live from Devo, their heyday. Working in the Coal Mine promo. Snowball and the Gates of Steel, 12-inch. Duty Now for the Future. Alternative record cover there. Alternate record cover, I should say. Comeback Johnny, Working in the Coal Mine, Jocko Homo, Satisfaction. 4-song EP. Came out in '83, this one. Devo. I forget which songs this is. It's been a while since I've looked through my Devo stuff, so let's see here. This one has Jocko Homo, Can't Get No Satisfaction, Be Stiff, Mongoloids, Sloppy, and Social Fools. This is on the Stiff Records here, out of London. Another version of that 4-song EP. Freedom of Choice, the record that everyone should have, whether you're a big Devo fan, little Devo fan, medium Devo fan. Great record. This is the one that has Whip It, which everyone knows, but like I said, it's not their best song, and it's not the best song on this album. So if you only know them from Whip It, please do yourself a favor and check out more from Devo. This is their 3rd album. This came out in '80. This is their 2nd album. A lot of people go their 1st album and then Freedom of Choice, they think is their 2nd album for some reason. This is like this hidden gem. Duty Now for the Future is actually their 2nd album. It's got the corporate anthem. It's got Blockhead, Strange Pursuit, Pink Pussycat, their version of Secret Agent Man, Smart Patrol, Mr. DNA, and their single off of that was The Day My Baby Gave Me a Surprise. Just great, great stuff. Duty Now for the Future. I think this came out in '79, so right before the '80s and the whole new wave thing was hitting big and MTV era and all that. Are We Not Men? It's another version of that. Are We Not Men? We Are Devo. This is the picture disc. I have a bunch of stuff inside here, but we will check out the picture disc real fast. Like I said, these old picture discs, not so much sound quality, just you pick them up because they look cool. It's more like a collector's item than really like playing them. There's a lot of surface noise on the old picture disc there. And of course their first one, Are We Not Men, like I said. 1978, they changed the world forever. Fantastic band. Are We Not Men? We Are Devo. Great, great album through and through. So, that's fairly all my stuff from the band Devo. For those of you that are big fans, I'm sure you may have even more than all this. For those of you that aren't fans, well, you got a video full of stuff that you might want to seek out. Alright, thanks for watching.